stranger to fame. Already I think I'm related to W's. Consistent as fuck, was born to be up, and ain't nothing new. It's ironic I got him pissed off, cause I'm number one, shitting on number two. What it do, what's good YouTube? Welcome back to Space Reactions. It's your boy Lindo, back with another video. And today, man, yeah, we're gonna be talking about Nasty C's album. It's been about close to 4 weeks now since the album dropped. And yeah, I told you guys that I'll be coming back with my final thoughts, tell you how I feel about the album. I feel like now I've given enough time for the album to really marinate and really just get my thoughts and opinions together. So yeah, what I do have to say is that I really do love the album. I definitely do enjoy it. Nasty C recently came out with his third or fourth studio album. I think it's his third studio album, which is titled I Love It Here. And honestly, I feel like in this album, we definitely do get the best of Nasty C. I feel like I Love It Here is most definitely his best project yet. I feel like there's just so much improvement. When I started listening to Nasty, looking at how it started from the Price City mixtape, then we go into Bad Hair, Extensions, and then into Strings and Bling, to Zulu Man with Some Power, and then now I Love It Here. To see the growth in Nasty C right now is just so crazy. I feel like this album, I Love It Here, is definitely his most mature album. It has some of his best writing, best singing. Like, I just feel like in this album, we definitely got the best of Nasty. In this album, I definitely do have a lot of favorite songs. Songs that I've been bumping for a pretty long time now. Yeah, definitely got a lot of songs out of this. I actually like all of the songs on this album, but then obviously there's those ones that don't have the same replay value. But I definitely did find myself enjoying a lot of the music. And first of all, like from the intro already, I think like the album, or like it starts off with like some vocals from I think it was Friday. It sounded like Friday. In the intro, she's gone in the end, and then Nasty C just telling the story of like pretty much the effects of his mom's passing. Pretty much had also like him talking about how he's like looking at it from his dad's perspective, like how did the his mom's passing affects his dad as well. And and if he was to go back in time, he would probably get revenge for his mom. Really sad story, but then I feel like it's a good way to start the album because it's very heartfelt. I feel like that was a great way to start the album. And even the outro for the album, I felt like it was a good way to like end off the album. Basically him writing off a note to his son in Dear Oliver. As you guys know, Nasty C is a father now. So yeah, this basically is him like stepping into a new chapter into his life. And I feel like in this album, you definitely do get the sense of I love it here. Because as he explains that like I love it here is just like, it's not necessarily a destination, but it's just more so of a feeling, and you definitely get that off this album. I feel like this album is very, very mature, very different from Nasty C. And yeah, then just looking at track number 2, which is Endless, beautiful song. Nasty had like beautiful vocals. I feel like this song alone also has some of Nasty's best singing ever. Like this song definitely has that. Crazy, I won't even lie to y'all, I'm not crazy about it at all. Like, it definitely is a great song, but then actually not great, I'd rather say it's a good song. Yeah, it just doesn't have that same replay value as the other songs for me. And then we get into Release Me, which is pretty much Nasty C saying, lying to his fans pretty much, saying like, most of the time he's just spending time with his girl, chilling at home. Like, he's not calling hoes over to come please him and just doing stupid shit like that. The typical things that all rappers rap about. So like Nasty C, he's just letting us know in this song that like he's not about that. It's just him saying, yo, release me from the bullshit. And then we get into Fuck That, which was a really fire song. I really enjoyed that song. I got like some heavy like Kendrick influence into that track, which just like made it like so phenomenal. Just like his rapping cadence, his approach to the song, it just made perfect sense. That song was just absolute fire. And then I honestly feel like this song is honestly like my favorite in the album, which is Broken Marriages. This song is just like absolutely phenomenal. And that Nasty C's rapping, the beats, the vocals. I don't know whose vocals those were, like in the hook, but yo, Broken Marriages is just phenomenal. Like, do y'all hear this? Like, this is just yo. Nah, Broken Marriages is just a phenomenal song. Like, I just cannot get over it. It's just so phenomenal. This has to be like not even just my favorite in the album, but one of my favorite songs that Nasty C has like ever made. You know, it's just this is what you just call great music, beautiful music. And then, as we know, we go next into Prosper in Peace with Benny the Butcher. Really good song. Benny the Butcher's contribution to the song. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was good. It made sense with the song. It fit, you know. And to be honest with you, like I already said in the previous video where I was reacting to the album, I wasn't expecting anything crazy from Benny, to be honest. So yeah, excuse me. And then next track we get into Sunset Walks featuring Teleman. I really do like this song, but then still till this day I can't help but feel that like Teleman probably should have had a verse instead of like just his vocals like in the song, like just in the background. I feel like it would have been so nice to have a Teleman verse in the song. But other than that, it is a really good song, beautiful song. But does it have that same replay value? I don't think so, because Sunset Walks, it's just not a song that I find myself like willingly playing. It's literally just a song that like I'll just let play if I'm listening to the album. But yeah, in my own timing, it's not a song that I'll listen to. And then we get into this time with Amy Faku. This song was an absolute vibe. It gave like Amapiano and house vibes, which I never thought was a vibe that Nasty C would dive into, but then he did it, and I feel like he did a really good job. Amy's vocals were just absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, they just didn't miss with that one. And then then we get into this song, and at first I remember saying that like the second verse was unnecessary, and you know that I only pretty much like the hook. But now that I realize it, it's like this song is actually so fire. And the song that I'm talking about is I Love You. And like this song is one of the songs that have definitely like really grown on me like a lot. Because at first I really only liked the hook. I wasn't a big fan of the verses. But then it's just like, yo, it's just such a good and a nice vibey hook. And then you just get into these unserious verses from Nasty C. It was like bro was really just fucking around in the studio, honestly. That's just what it sounded like to me. Like, yo, if you're selling dreams, she a buyer. She'll jack you off like a chain in a tire. Calling me daddy cause now she's a naya. Like, bro, like what he's saying in this verse is just so unserious. Like, I can't take this seriously at all. It's like, if she's selling dreams to a buyer, she'll jack you off like changing a tire. Like, bro, and calling me daddy because now she's a naya. Like, bruh, holding me tight as a plier. Like, the verses were so unserious, but then it also just made sense with the song, and it just made the song really funny, you know. And then even with the second verse where he's like, you gonna fuck on Michaela, she go from Michaela to Mike. It's like, yo, bro, what the fuck is going on? It was still a dope song. It really grew on me. I really find it really vibey. And I also do get like some Don Toliver vibes from the song, which I don't know if y'all know. I'm a very big fan of Don Toliver. So then that track was just like an absolute vibe for me. And then next we get into No More. Love that song. It came out like probably, I think like a month or two before the album dropped. And I definitely love that song from the day it dropped. I still bump it till this day also. And then next is R.I.P., which was a tribute song to some of the South African rappers that have passed away. Really nice song, very vibey track, very heartfelt. I do kind of wish that it was longer. I feel like it was a tad bit too short. Maybe if he at least like hit the 2 minute mark, you know. And then after that, it's Know Yourself. Know Yourself also has to be like one of the best songs on this album. It's just such a vibey track, and like that vocal inflection that Nasty C like does in that hook, that's just something that I've never ever heard him do before. Like for him to go on such a high like vocal inflection, like such a high pitch, it's just something I never expected from him. So like Know Yourself was definitely a nice vibey track. And then we get into See Me Now, which featured Manana. Beautiful vocals from both Nasty and Manana. I feel like it was also just such a nice vibey track. And so was Temptations. Temptations was a really good track, but then I also still can't help but feel like I could have done without it, considering the fact that we already had See Me Now. And I feel like Temptations, not to say it was a bad track, but it was just, I still feel like it was the song that had like the weaker performance with the two of them, you know. So that's definitely a track that like I'm skipping over, but not to say that I dislike it. It's just I'm not crazy about it, you know. And then we get into the next track, which is Kill the Noise with Anika and Maclera Doughboy. And I remember at first I criticized Maclera's verse. I said that it was decent. I've actually like changed my mind. I actually like really enjoy his verse. I feel like he just added that different variation to the song, especially with that deep ass voice of his. It was just like, yo. Because the first time I listened, I was just thinking, how the hell is Maclera gonna fit? And I think that he did a really good job. So did Anika, so did Nasty. But then, yeah, Maclera's verse like really grew on me in this track. And I feel like he had a really great contribution. But I also still feel like this song, for me, doesn't have that same like replay value, you know. And then next track we get into Pops, which is a tribute track to his dad. And it was definitely a dope song. Also, yeah, same thing with the song. It's not a song that I'm just gonna play out of the blue to vibe out, you know. It's the track that doesn't have that same replay value. And then we get into Hot Choice featuring 25K. Absolutely fire track. This track is also like one of my favorites in the album. Nasty's hook, the verse, everything about the song was fire. 25K's contribution was also really dope. And yeah, I just feel like both of them together, it's a combo that I did not expect, but then hearing it, it just makes so much sense. And like it would be interesting to see them make more music together, you know. So then, yeah, I would have to say in this album, my favorite tracks would have to be Endless, Release Me, Fuck That, Broken Marriages, Prosper in Peace, This Time, I Love You, No More, Know Yourself, See Me Now, and Hot Choice. I would have to say those tracks are definitely like my top tracks in the album. Those are songs that I definitely enjoy the most. Not to say that I don't like any of the other songs, it's just that they don't have that same replay value that I think all the other tracks have, you know. I just feel like Nasty C did like really well on this album. He showed a lot of maturity in this album. I feel like it's his most honest album as well. Because when you look back at Zulu Man and Some Power, I feel like as much as it was a great record, and I would have to say it's actually my second favorite Nasty C album, but the reason for that is like the music on there was great, but I feel like he made that album to like sort of kind of try and please a certain demographic, you know. But then now with this album, I just feel like he was in that zone where it's just like, yo, I don't care. I'm just gonna make music, good music that I just like genuinely enjoy. I feel like he just tapped into a new version of himself, and this album was definitely something that like we haven't experienced from Nasty C. This was just like totally different. So yeah, I definitely enjoy this album. I definitely think it's Nasty C's best work, and apparently there's gonna be a deluxe. I hope that comes out soon. But yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna keep bumping this record, keep enjoying it because it really was a good album. I'd have to say one of my favorite albums of the year. And yeah, without further ado, I'm out.